Steve Austin walked into the World Wrestling Federation in late 1995 with a buzz, but without a voice. Fresh off an unceremonious firing from WCW, where Eric Bischoff deemed him not marketable, Austin had spent time in ECW venting his frustrations in brutally honest promos. That fire caught the eye of WWF, but when he arrived, he was handed a persona that felt nothing like him: the Ringmaster. Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, was assigned as his manager, and Austin was given the $1 Million Championship, a belt that meant little in the grand scheme of things. The wrestling was there. He had crisp technical ability honed in WCW and on the independent circuit. But the personality, the attitude, was missing. And that's what Steve Austin was all about. Austin knew he needed to change things up. He pitched names, but most were outright rejected. At one point, WWF Creative suggested Otto von Ruthless and Ice Dagger, names so ridiculous they would have killed his career before it started. But inspiration came at home. His then-wife Jeannie handed him a cup of tea and told him to drink it before it went stone cold. And just like that, a name that would define an era was born. His first big break came in 1996 with the King of the Ring tournament. Originally, Hunter Hearst Helmsley was scheduled to win, but his role in the infamous curtain call incident led to a change in plans. Instead, Austin bulldozed through the bracket, culminating in a final match against Jake the Snake Roberts. After defeating Roberts, who had been playing a born-again Christian character, Austin cut one of the most legendary promos in wrestling history. He says, "You sit there, and you thump your Bible, and you say your prayers, and it didn't get you anywhere. Talk about your Psalms. Talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says I just whipped your ass." The audience erupted. It was raw, unscripted, and perfectly fit the rebellious, anti-hero character Austin was becoming. In that moment, stone cold, Steve Austin was truly born. By late 1996, Austin was gaining momentum, and he set his sights on Bret the Hitman Hart, who had been on a hiatus after losing the WWF Championship. Austin relentlessly taunted Hart, calling him out in interviews and questioning his legacy. This built to a match at Survivor Series 1996, where Hart narrowly defeated Austin in a technical masterpiece. But their real battle came at WrestleMania 13 in a submission match. The bout was violent, hard-hitting, and dramatic. In the match's most iconic moment, Austin, trapped in Bret's sharpshooter, refused to tap out. Blood poured down his face as he screamed in agony, but he never gave up. Instead, he passed out from the pain. Bret won the match, but something remarkable happened. The crowd turned on Hart and cheered for Austin. It was a planned double turn. Bret became a hated villain, and Austin became the most beloved anti-hero in wrestling. Austin's rise hit a major roadblock at SummerSlam 1997, when he faced Owen Hart for the Intercontinental Championship. During the match, Owen went for a piledriver, but the move went terribly wrong. Austin's head was positioned too low, and when Owen drove him into the mat, his neck compressed, leaving him temporarily paralyzed. The match had to end. Austin, thinking quickly, called an audible roll-up for the win. But Austin knew immediately something was wrong. His hands and feet were numb, and his career was in jeopardy. Miraculously, Austin returned months later, but the injury changed his wrestling style. Gone were the technical maneuvers. Now he was all about brawling, striking, and the stone-cold stunner. By 1998, Austin had become the biggest star in the business. He won the Royal Rumble, and Austin quickly found himself at odds with WWF owner Vince McMahon. McMahon, playing the role of the evil boss, wanted a champion he could control. But Austin wasn't about to be controlled. Week after week, he defied McMahon, stunning him in the middle of the ring, filling his car with cement, and even drenching the entire corporation in beer. Their feud turned WWF into must-watch television, dominating ratings and cementing Austin as the face of wrestling. While Austin's war with McMahon raged on, another rival emerged: The Rock. Initially a hated villain in the Nation of Domination, The Rock evolved into a charismatic trash-talking megastar. By 1999, the two were on a collision course. At WrestleMania 15, Austin and The Rock squared off for the WWF Championship in a match that ended with Austin reclaiming the title. Their rivalry would define wrestling for years, with battles at WrestleMania 17 and 19, each telling a new chapter in their heated history. Austin's neck injury from 1997 never fully healed. By 2002, his body was breaking down. After one last match against The Rock at WrestleMania 19, he quietly retired from in-ring competition. Though his wrestling career ended, Austin's legacy remained untouched. He had single-handedly transformed professional wrestling, ushering in an era where anti-heroes ruled and authority was challenged. Austin 316 became more than just a catchphrase. It became a symbol of rebellion, toughness, and the undeniable force of the Texas rattlesnake. And as Austin himself would say,
"And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so."